27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
What is up? What's happening, everybody? Welcome to the Connection Interruption podcast. I am one of your hosts, Ryan Sparks, aka Touch Artist. Thanks for joining us for our Game of the Year episode, our final episode of season 1. I'm going to bring in my brothers from another mother, Tay and Mark. What's happening, guys?
What is up, gamers?
Sipping on a drink.
But you always catch me doing something, man.
It's either that or stuffing a big boy in your face.
Yeah. Shout out to Team Frisch, frishes.com. Shout them out.
Terry, you're using a new webcam. You got like this blur effect going on. I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
I had to do the blur effect because the wall back there ain't together. You see my shoes on
Yeah,
that side.
it looks
On that
good.
side.
It looks good,
Yeah.
man. You're showing off here. I like it.
Little different view.
Yeah, man. Got to be Christmas
Very
playing.
nice.
Got my Mr. T going today.
I was to say, you put more chains on the last time I saw you about 30 seconds ago.
Yeah.
Pre-show, one chain.
Yeah.
During the intro, more chains.
Wait,
I like it.
Right, more chains.
You want to pass? You want to pass 2 chains?
Yeah, 2 chains. I got the third one. I ain't had enough time to put it on, so you know.
We'll cut to like a clip or something. Cut back, and he's got like twice as many chains. I support it. I like the look.
Do you have the Flava Flav though?
The clock. Yes, I do have a clock.
Oh,
it's not a good look. That
I do have the Public Enemy clock, and it's in storage.
No.
With the rope.
Bruh,
Sell it. Sell it.
No.
Get rid of it.
No,
That's
is
not
a
a good
required piece. It is a
No.
great.
Hold on. Matter of fact,
Terrible look.
acquired piece. I got one for you. Hold on.
Oh God, I shouldn't have asked. Huh?
If it's not a Master Chief helmet, I don't want it.
Oh, I wish it was a Master Chief helmet.
What is it?
We got a
Poster?
Master Chief leg.
GTA poster.
It's blurry
enough.
though, because you got to get closer. To
Public Enemy.
Nice.
Nice.
It's blurry because your cam's
For those that
blurry.
didn't see it,
It's a little blurry, but
hold on. This is the original.
There we go. Yeah,
This is the original Public Enemy backdrop.
Very
got
nice.
that Los Angeles Raiders hat on there too. I love it.
Yeah.
R.I.P. John Madden.
I
Yes.
mean, they've been in 3 cities.
Yes. R.I.P. John Madden, man. That was a blow.
It was a rough day yesterday.
Yeah, man. Happy belated birthday to
For those of you that don't know that watch the show, I'm a big Raiders fan. So yesterday was a rough go.
Well,
all right.
What have you guys been playing this week?
I have a huge list. That's what happens when like you've got some actual time off and there's not a whole heck of a lot going on.
Very nice. The holidays are good for that.
Yeah, it was good. And I'm off tomorrow, so I would guess after I get my booster, I'm gonna be just chilling and playing some more.
There you go.
Fortnite, Halo, Madden. I finally finished that Madden season that I had started in, like basically played in one day.
Did you win?
I did.
Very nice.
Yeah, I'm waiting to see what happens in the second season because you come back and there's a bunch of different stuff that goes on in season 2, I think. So
nice.
But I played that Face the Franchise mode in that. Kenna Bridge of Spirits, which we'll talk more about later, obviously. I am in love with that game.
It looks like a great game.
Jewel Fever 2 on the Switch, which is basically like just a time suck, a puzzle. It's a puzzle game. More Hot Wheels.
Very nice.
And then more Forza Horizon 5, which could be a Game of the Year contender here at the end of the show. But I mean, it's been a lot of gaming for me. What about you guys?
Tay, you go ahead. Mine's a lot longer this week too. But I had to redact it from the document for specific reasons. I got a little surprise.
I also played Battlefield. I didn't have that on my list, but I did play 2 rounds of Battlefield.
That's what's up. That's shocking for you because I know you.
Oh, and NBA.
You played 2K?
Yeah.
You hit all the sports games.
On
no FIFA?
No FIFA.
No.
No. I'm telling you, if I get sucked back into FIFA, it's a loss. Everything else is done. But NBA on the Xbox One or Xbox Series X is phenomenal. So
I got somebody on my side.
Shout out to that team that put that together. But yeah, all right, Mark. Sorry.
No, you're
back. I was like, wait, there's another one. Yeah. So
Tay, you go ahead. I'll go last because I got a surprise. Like I said.
All right. So this week, once again, rest in peace to John Madden. I've been playing a lot of Madden. Assassin's Creed, Valhalla, NBA 2K, of course, Grand Theft Auto, and since I don't have a boxing game to play, UFC 4.
Oh, how are you enjoying that? Have you always liked the UFC games?
I've been a fan of them, but I think they really went above and beyond with UFC 4.
UFC is better than boxing. Oh, come on, guys!
No. I'm not saying it's better than boxing. I said
I'm saying that.
No, I since I don't have a boxing game to play, UFC is my choice.
I as far as a spectator, I enjoy UFC. I know it's off topic, but
no. I like UFC.
I like boxing too.
Some of these boxing matches lately, yeah.
I don't know, dude. That Jake Paul fight was pretty good.
I miss the days of like real heavyweight boxers, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
When you were like expecting Mike Tyson to win, and then he didn't. And then pre-biting Evander Holyfield's ear. I mean, just some of that.
Speaking of Tyson, Peter McNeely fight.
Yeah.
I watched it with my uncle. My uncle had ordered it. I'm like, okay, this guy, he got some hands, but he don't have no defense. I went into the kitchen to pop some popcorn.
And it was over.
It was over. I was like, what? I missed it. And I had to catch the replay, and it's not as fun catching the replay. So.
What are you doing? You never go pop popcorn in the middle of.
How old were you though then?
Or at the start of one?
Because that's been a while. Like that was. Man, I feel like that was forever ago now.
When he fought Peter McNeely, let's see what year that was. Tyson versus McNeely.
95.
I was 15.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, I was 15. Yeah. So I mean, to be fair. Teenagers, yeah, right, yeah. Like you're 15 years old when that fight happened. Mark, what year were you born?
97.
Okay, that's what I thought. So this is pre-swing. Pre-swing's live.
This is a little twinkle in the universe. On
there
my way.
Go. Pre-swing. Yeah.
All right, so mine was redacted because if I listed some of these games, it would have given away that I sold all of my gaming stuff. No, I'm just kidding. Santa gave me some cash for Halloween. So shout out to Santa. So
for Halloween?
for Halloween, and
For
I've been saving it. And I invested
And
it.
obviously a very good bottle of liquor somewhere.
And I invested my Halloween money so that way this Christmas I could go to Best Buy and buy the Oculus Quest 2.
Oh.
And let me tell you, I've played the PS4 VR because they sent me for a trial. This thing's insane. It's only been like 3 or 4 years since PS4 VR.
Yeah.
And I never played the Quest 1, but the Oculus Quest 2 is out of this world. And
that
like
is
literally like, you know, the battery life.
Next purchase.
The battery life, fantastic. The sensors and how everything works, amazing. Like,
can I ask a question?
Sure.
Non-gaming related with that?
Sure. Mm-hmm.
Have you watched any videos of like underwater, like sea creatures or anything like that at this point? Like where you just like sit and just kind of are immersed in the...
No, I haven't.
Okay.
I have not. I looked at some of those, but I
was hopeful you had, because that's one of the reasons that I'm actually thinking about getting one.
Dude, I'm telling. Well, okay. So the games I've played on it so far, I first downloaded VR Chat because it's free, you know, and that was interesting.
Are there people really in it? Like, is it active?
Oh yeah, it's super active. Most of them are half my age, but you know,
so they're
it's a bunch of kids running around.
Bunch of kids, yeah.
Yeah, well, it was interesting because I wasn't on it very long. I was just kind of like more like getting. I was like, okay, I'm gonna get the free. It's free, so that way I can kind of get used to this quest and figure out how it works and the locomotion and stuff like that. And quick funny story. It was a adolescent boy who was talking to an adolescent girl, and he was just like, yeah, I've been on since 6 a.m. I figured you were getting on today. And I was like, oh my gosh, mind you, it was like 2 p.m.
Wow.
So these kids are grinding some VR Chat. So, but hey, no hate, you know.
Girl, I was just hanging. I was
just hanging out. There's not much to do with VR Chat. I mean, there are some games and stuff, but that was pretty fun. Next I got Beat Saber. That one's fun. You know what I mean? I have that on PlayStation. Yeah, that was one of the main reasons I wanted it, and I'm enjoying that.
Anybody who watched our live reaction to the Game Awards when they announced the Lady Gaga,
DLC,
Lady Gaga DLC, I definitely I kind of lost it. I completely spazzed out. I was like, yes. I was super excited to play the Lady Gaga DLC in that.
I saw it. I haven't downloaded any of the DLC. I'm gonna make my way through the campaign and stuff first. But then next I downloaded a game called Onward, and the best way I can describe it is a VR CS:GO Call of Duty kind of thing, but super realistic, right? I mean, you got to pull the pin from the grenade, you got to chamber the round, eject the magazine, all that stuff. Super fun. I'm addicted. Because there's also a competitive mode. So right now I'm just trying to get good at the multiplayer. I'm getting pretty good. I literally at one point, I do it a lot now. A lot of people don't expect this in the game. I literally just lay down on the ground. So I'm literally laying on the ground over here in my basement, just laying on the ground underneath a car, shooting at people's legs or, trying to get a shot off or whatever. So it's impressive technology. You're leaning and you can walk a little bit. The creating a play area is probably the coolest part for me because I remember that was always a struggle with the PS4 VR was the sensor and stuff.
Yeah.
But I mean, this thing has a camera on it, and so when you first put it on, it you can see everything, everything in the room with the VR headset on, and you draw an area of where you're going to be playing at, and if you get close to it, it almost kind of harsh. No, it kind of like on your display, you'll start to see a little bit. It'll be like a 50-50 kind of thing, and you'll be like, okay, I'm getting too close to this. I need to back up. Gotcha. It's super cool. It's I had the only thing I did punch my protein shake. That it was closed though. That's the only VR accident that I've had. Okay. But that's so far, that's better than the last one that I witnessed. Last time I had the PS4 VR, my friend punched my ceiling fan. Playing super hot, but nothing was broken. So far so good. But Oculus Quest 2, I've done nothing but keep recommending it to people, and I've only had it since Monday.
Sweet.
Okay.
I'm addicted to the metaverse.
Interesting.
I got.
You did.
But for $300, I'm telling you, it's honestly, I'd buy that over an Xbox X or a PS5, honestly.
So how much memory is the?
So 300 is 128 gigs, and the games aren't even that big. I think the biggest game I downloaded might have been 4 gigabytes. And then
Is it just Wi-Fi, or are you using?
It's Wi-Fi.
Okay.
And then for $100 more, you can double the for 256. I got the 256, but it also can air. It can also like air link with your computer.
Oh,
or,
nice.
Or you can cable in if you want, but why would you cable as long as the air link works?
Nice.
It's an impressive piece of technology. I really wanted the Vive, but I was like,
it's like $800.
Upwards of that too. Like that's like the lowest version.
Yeah.
But I mean, trust me, this is everything you need. It is solid.
Sweet.
So yeah,
can play me some pinball on there.
I do. I downloaded
pinball machine.
VR poker. I'm gonna play some people in poker. But honestly, Onward is like super fun. Like there's a campaign, co-op, competitive, casual, multiplayer, and it has built-in speakers that work pretty well. They I don't know where exactly they're at, but it's not like super annoying loud for people around you, but you can hear everything just like I'm wearing a headset. It has a built-in mic, so like anyone who has one has a mic. So like in the community for Onward, everyone's pretty really they communicate really well. And so like it has both in-game VoIP, so if like you're in the same room or whatever, you can hear each other, but you also have a radio which you actually have to reach up and click and cue in and hold.
Oh wow.
The radio to other people. Like it's
really cool.
It's impressive. So yeah.
I'm gonna have to put that on my list
for sure.
Sometime soon.
And it's super cool. Like anywhere you can play anywhere as long. I mean, if you're playing like a game that doesn't require internet, you can literally play anywhere. Like you could literally go out to the middle of a field and not have to worry about running into anything. You look like an idiot to everyone else, but who cares?
I mean, I look like that anyway. So
right, yeah,
fair point. Well, yeah, I'm used to that.
So I'm gonna add a topic at the bottom here. Best VR game.
All right.
Boxing.
Just came up with it. I kind of want to get.
Oh, have you played Creed? You haven't played Creed yet?
No.
I want to see that one bad.
Also, you can cast everything you're seeing to either your phone or like a smart TV too, which is cool.
Oh, that's cool. All right.
So anyway, that was it. So I've been really playing that and Super Auto Pets still.
All right.
So yeah.
So should we just jump right into our categories here for the?
We should, and we'll stop my VR rant.
No, I mean you're going to probably talk more about that, I would guess, as we get into some of these other topics, because I'm sure some stuff is definitely hit that button.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll just jump right in then. So I this is probably one of my favorite topics that we've had, because it's like not a whole lot of people really seem to do it, and I also like it because this can allow anyone to like snag a win in a sense. The surprise hit of the year, like a game that we all loved that we didn't expect to love, or I mean, I think this is like potentially for indie lovers or really anyone, right? I mean, literally anyone could take this win. So for me, it's 100% Super Auto Pets, which is hilarious because I only started playing it 2 weeks ago. But like my friend explaining it to me and then me watching it, I was like, this is dumb. And the next thing I know, I'm taking notes and like writing down what each pet does and like, getting super into it. So Super Auto Pets 100% for me, surprise hit, because I was like, what? This is dumb. This is stupid. And then addicted. Just they got me. So 100% that. Never saw that one coming. Yeah. We'll call it the blindside game of the year.
All right.
Well, my surprise hit of the year. And it took me a minute to pick this one because I always play the show. So I went back and played the older version of the show. And then I played this year's version of the show. That would have to be my surprise hit of the year because it was so much change in between 1 year of the game. And I was like, wow, I didn't know they added this. Yeah, it was crazy. So my surprise hit of the year will have to be the show 21.
All right. So my surprise hit, I guess, shouldn't have been as big of a surprise as it was, but my surprise hit of the year for me is Pac-Man 99.
I knew it.
Well, like I do love Pac-Man. Like I have a Pac-Man arcade here in the game room, but I didn't think that I would like the concept of like other people playing alongside of you.
Right.
Where like if they do something, they can send like more ghosts into your area and you're trying to like just outlast and kind of survive. I didn't think that I'd like that aspect of it, and it turns out that I did. So for me, that was the surprise hit on my list.
Not. What do you think? Do you think there's a next 99? Because there's like Tetris.
I don't know.
Mario,
I like Tetris,
Pac-Man.
and then I mean I played Mario on the Team Frisch Game Day stream quite a bit actually. I don't know what you go with next. I mean Tetris, Mario, then Pac-Man. I mean all good ones. Frogger would be an interesting one.
You just keep going until everyone's gone.
What's up, Lord of the Wings?
What up, bro?
But yeah, I don't know. Like, it could be any number of things. Honestly, what I'd really like to see, and I know it would probably be virtually impossible, but would be like Contra.
Galaga.
Yeah, hey, man.
Galaga would be good too. But Contra would be good. Yeah.
Someone needs to hire us.
Yeah, I'm
stripped out.
Yeah, dude.
I went to 3
chains. He keeps adding them. It went from 0 to 1 to 2 to 3.
Yeah.
Like, we're waiting for the Flava Flav.
Oh, no. I have to go to Norway and grab that.
Bad Dudes and Contra. Yeah, that would be good.
Double Dragon.
Yes. Double Dragon has had some like recent releases. There's a couple on the Switch. But yeah, so as far as what do they do next, I don't know. But I mean, the whole concept has been really, really cool. So
a Sight Bite, Paperboy.
Yeah, this would be interesting.
A Sight Bite was still joint. Yeah, that was my joint. Man, you overheat.
The overheat from the squeal, like
yeah. They
like
got
the worst.
You got pulled to the side of the road.
Yeah. Yeah, so we're best sports game. This is an interesting category because I didn't think of, like, I was like, all right, I could pick one of two, and I'm really struggling with which way to go. So Mark, what's yours? Maybe I'll make a decision by the time we get done.
My vote is kind of unfair because I didn't play any sports games, but the one that I thought was the most interesting and cool, unique idea, and it's not the same game pushed out every year, would be Riders Republic, because I think they deserve this win all the way through because it's super unique, super cool. I mean, it's not super realistic, obviously, but I kind of like that. And, so I would definitely say Riders Republic because it's a unique idea and just looks like a fun game to play. I've never played it. I've only watched it, but as far as all these other sports games options, we have either the same version come out every year or pretty close to the same version come out every year. So this is just new, and that's why I'm going with that.
Okay.
All right. This one really broke my heart.
Well, okay, before you say yours, because I know what yours is.
No, you're going to be shocked, but go ahead. All right.
No.
Are you switching it?
Are you going to switch it?
Yeah. Well, go ahead. I'll tell why.
Okay. Oh, no. Okay. So my argument was going to be like, how can a game that you are considering for game of the year not be best in its category?
That's the reason. See?
That's why I want to know. So just so everybody knows, in the game of the year discussion, Madden is in that game of the year discussion.
Yes.
What?
Whether yet
crazy.
Hold on. Like it's something we'll definitely discuss when we get there. But
yes.
Like after playing NBA 2K, like that took me from saying it was definitely FIFA in this category to it could be NBA.
Okay. All right.
So what are you thinking?
Only reason I didn't put Madden in best sports game because I put it in 2 other categories.
Okay.
Man.
But can it be can it be considered for game of the year and not win its category?
No, see, this you got to understand my mathematics here.
This is the first time we've done math on the podcast.
Right. Wait, we gotta understand this mathematics here. I put it in for game of the year.
Yeah.
And also, I put it in for Hall of Fame because Madden just passed. So,
that's not even fair.
Yeah, so I intentionally didn't do that piece because of that. But it's Lord of the Wings says Madden is always game of the year. Period. No.
Wrong.
No.
Wrong.
Sports.
No. I think that on next gen, the presentation of every single EA Sports game is really good this year.
Yeah, definitely off the chain.
I think you can say NBA is probably the best sports game. I think Mark's Riders Republic thing is an interesting twist on it because I didn't even consider that. I considered that for racing game.
What?
I mean, there is racing in it, but there's also just like free roam and stunts.
But the majority of what I played in that was races and stuff. So when I was thinking of best racer, that's what I thought. But
well, technically, you could say racing games are sports games.
Right.
Yeah,
well, that's why we gave racing games a separate category because I knew that we would have that argument.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, in my opinion, Forza could win best sports and best racing because I mean it's kind of the same as FPSs can be action games. You know what I mean? So it's you're gonna have bleeding on the category.
No, and that's true, and it's an interesting take on it. But I think Tay, are you going with Madden or are you going with NBA here?
I'm going with NBA 2K22
Okay.
for the simple fact it has the most added features to the game.
Okay.
It wasn't much added from last year's Madden, but last year's Madden really improved.
Fair enough.
All right. I think I'm going to agree with Tay. And NBA 2K22 is my best sports game of the year.
All right. Well, let me tell you why you guys are wrong. No, I'm just kidding.
I think that NBA 2K hits in a lot of categories. Erica, welcome back. Been a while. Thanks for joining us again. I think that as much FIFA as I play, I don't see the difference from year to year as much as I would like to. And this year in the NBA, I felt there was a huge difference between last year and this year. So yeah, I think NBA is good there. So our next category, and this one's one I'd love to hear from the chat. Best character in a game this year, hero or villain. So best, not even necessarily playable character, but best character overall in a game.
I was stumped on this one, and I saw what Ryan picked, and I didn't want to copy. So I picked, I don't even remember his name, but Keanu Reeves in Cyberpunk. And reason I'm picking him is because even though the game was not that great, I think he did a good job. And it's coming to me. Anyway, I could look it up. But anyway,
Johnny Silverhand.
Yeah, Silverhand. There we go. Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna go with him. I think he deserves it. He did a good job. And I think Keanu I think whoever voice acts him and stuff should get the reward itself. Because I think that it would be kind of cool if they actually did that. But yeah.
All right. All right, Tay.
I know everybody gonna look at me crazy. Lord of the Rings, he knows me like the back of his hand. My character is Thanos.
Thanos.
Yeah. So, the reason why I picked him, because he is a misunderstood villain.
Wait, hold on. Thanos in what game?
Marvel.
In the Marvel Avengers game?
Yeah.
The Marvel Avengers game's getting an award?
Yeah.
Woo! somebody
We did it.
Somebody at Square is like jumping up and down and clapping their hands.
Oh shoot! Not like he even from the movies to the video game, he is truly misunderstood. What he was saying, I understood, but the way he went about it was completely wrong. So
this is a slippery slope.
Yeah, so it's like even without the rings, he's a badass. So when he got the rings, he was like super badass. But yeah, he was misunderstood. So.
Don't get me started on Marvel. I'll create.
Hey, he had a heart, but never gave up on his cause. Yep.
Right, but what was his cause?
Save the Earth.
Save the universe.
Yeah. Too many people. Using up resources.
I wouldn't even say people. I'd just say too many things.
Yeah.
But in general. But okay. Why, if he could just do whatever he wanted, why did he didn't just create double the resources?
I don't think. No, see, even with that, I don't think.
No, that's it.
That wouldn't.
The guy like killing people. Come on.
He just he likes.
He could have done it in a good. So here's my thing, right? If his whole plan was gonna get the glove and snap everyone painlessly, dust off, and all right, if you haven't seen the movie, you're too late. Anyway,
spoilers.
Anyway, but then why?
Ding,
throughout
ding.
the film, on his chase to that, he's just gunning people down. You know what I mean? Like, so, like, if you're gonna go for the gems, why not just be like, oh, if I get them, then everyone will die. Like, I don't. The heart part, I'm gonna disagree with. That he never gave up on his cause. I'm all for. I'll respect him for that.
He did have a heart because he could have just snapped his fingers and destroyed everybody.
Snap your fingers.
Yeah, but he gunned people down and families and made people choose a side. Like, you know what I mean? That's all pretty messed up.
Hold on, but what happened to his planet though?
I knew this was gonna get into
what happened?
What different place?
Listen, I'm the last guy to talk to Marvel. I'll sit here and poke plot holes.
Hold on, but what happened to his planet that turned him into that?
I don't remember.
Some woman.
Yeah,
No,
but
I don't know.
I don't know. I haven't even seen. I had an opportunity to go see new Spider-Man. I couldn't make it due to.
I haven't seen it yet either.
And I don't know anything, but I'm just saying I don't even really care to see it because the whole multiverse thing I'm just not about.
No,
because the whole reason is because Marvel already ruined it by saying there's only one timeline where we defeat Thanos. Okay, right? So then like where are all these other stuff going on in other multiverses if technically in those multiverses Thanos wins? I don't know. It's too much.
So my 5-year-old would agree with Tay that Thanos is by far the best character, but he would say that it's in Fortnite because that's the skin that he likes to play with that we just got him.
Nice.
But
or Purple Shrek.
Erica says Hayes is a fan favorite in her house.
Yeah.
Is that a Fortnite skin?
It is a Fortnite skin.
I gotta look that one up.
Kind of like an emo. I'm gonna say emo, and then everybody's gonna correct me. But
the Drake of Fortnite emo.
Oh, okay. I see this one. I could see a lot of people rocking this.
Yeah, I like that one too.
They have a pop figure.
I'm a big Peely fan myself right now.
Dude, I was pretty close to playing it. Does Fortnite have VR?
I doubt it.
I could get down with that.
No.
I could get down with some.
But they have all the Marvel skins are on the store right now. Again.
Very.
So and soccer skins. So I got the like parachute that has the soccer ball in the stadium and stuff.
Very nice.
So no big surprise there.
So Ryan, what is your best character?
So this one was really hard for me because in the same game I was going back and forth. I felt that Master Chief in the story mode, and I'm not completely through the story mode yet, and I don't want to spoil anything for anybody who hasn't played yet, but the way that Master Chief is portrayed in the new Halo Infinite campaign is completely different than in any other Halo at some points.
I mean, the man's heartbroken, right? He's got to find a girl.
So just the way that he handles certain things, and how I feel like in previous games you didn't. How do I say this without? I just don't want to spoil it for anybody. I didn't feel like he was very human in any of the other games. Like, I felt like he was very just military. Like, I have a job to do. I'm going to do it. This is what's going to happen. And then there's a spot in this one where I feel like you legitimately realize that there's a man inside the suit.
I can agree with that.
And for me, that just, it really kind of hit home. And I've played all the Halos, like, but this one, and I will probably, I would guess I'll finish this because I want to see where it goes.
So.
Well, like some I do and some I don't. Like some like story modes I get in and I get like 3/4 of the way through and I go, meh.
Right.
But so far in this one, they've got me just wanting to play more, and just really play through and kind of see what happens next. I will be super disappointed if there's a cliffhanger. Like, and they're like, all right, wait for the next Halo, because I feel like the direction it's heading in is going to get us to a point where, you know, they're not leaving us hanging. At least I hope that's where, I hope there's some sort of closure.
You want Master Chief to end?
Yeah. Yeah.
They're not going to.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I almost want to. I'll probably just have to watch the ending on YouTube, and then so we can discuss it when you finish it. But
yeah, I think I think I'd be okay with it.
Nah, that's like a cliffhanger. Master Chef is too big of a cash cow.
Yeah, I understand that, but I think this story, like, I think it puts me in a place where I'm like, okay, if they wrap it here, I'm okay.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that they shouldn't continue different Halos.
Yeah. If we get a closure on this one, they're going to go to prequels, like pre-Halo 1.
Maybe. Yeah.
Which I'd be cool with.
I'd be fine. I'd be fine with that too. I just think that in the direction that it's heading, I'm hoping that it doesn't just stop and leave this weird like cliffhanger again.
Right.
But you know,
but yeah, no, I'm pretty sure they will. I'm just being hopeful. I think the story and it's really good. It actually leads us to our next category, best narrative. I wanted to put Halo there.
Don't do it.
And then I played some Kenna Bridge of Spirits. So I was playing Halo. I was like, okay, I need a break from shooters. And I started playing Kenna. For those of you that aren't against buying from the Epic Store, it's like $20.
Why are people against the Epic
Some people just don't want their credit card out there because I guess some Chinese company has some portion of Epic Games. I don't know.
Well, quick side note on China and game things. They banned Steam.
Yeah. So.
Just a quick news update since we're not really hitting much news this week. But anyway, so Kenya, best narrative, huh?
Yeah, I stopped playing Halo because I needed a break, and then I went to Kenna and was like, okay, I need to get back to Halo, and then I just kept going. No, I need to keep playing. I was really torn as like how I was gonna handle it because I really got sucked in and have really loved this game. Mind you, I wrote a blog about it before it released, saying that it was probably going to be one of my favorite games of the year based on the art style and all that stuff. But the story in it just made it fantastic. And and Tay's pick was right up there with it too. So
yes, my pick, Guardians of the Galaxy.
It's hard to beat Marvel on a narrative.
Yeah, because that storyline, I think that's the closest they could have got to the original comics.
Yep.
Without, because I know they don't have the rights to everything, but I think that's the closest they could have got, and they nailed it. So, yeah, my pick would be Guardians of the Galaxy, which they actually did win at the Video Game Awards. So.
Yeah, at the Game Awards, that was the pick. I think the first, like that opening chapter of that game, if you had any questions on whether you wanted to play Guardians of the Galaxy after playing Marvel Avengers, they answer that within that first opening chapter.
Yeah.
And they're like, you're immediately sucked in, like, okay, Rocket's a douche, but he loves them, and you know he does, because he says, like, you just have that feeling like, yeah, he's really kind of being a jerk to everybody, but you can tell that he actually does care about them, and you kind of get sucked in. So
right. So mine, I didn't really play a whole lot of games this year that had like a big narrative or anything like that. So mine was It Takes Two. Just I liked, because I really did like the overall story, and you know, and the gameplay and everything else goes into it. But I mean, like, the story is very deep and it's real, and it kind of can hit, you know, deep. And I think they did a really good job of like showing. I mean, there's really only 3 characters, and I think they did a really good job of showing the 3 different perspectives. They're all dealing with the same situation, but they show 3 separate perspectives on that situation really well. So
okay.
I do think they could have won that. Like we said, they didn't, but you know. So next up we have best racing game.
Clean sweep.
Clean sweep all around. All 3 of us picked Forza Horizon. Now, I never played it, but from people I talked to watching it, I felt like this was for sure an easy win. Have you guys played it?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know that there's a better looking racing game out there on the market right now.
It's not.
Is there a better overall gameplay racing game on the market right now? Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe Hot Wheels is good.
Need
for Speed was, yeah, but they didn't release one this year, right?
Oh no, yeah. The last one they had was what, Heat?
Yeah. Maybe. Yeah, and I understand, like, Lord of the Wings says gameplay matters. It does. And that's kind of where I draw, like, I think the gameplay in Forza is phenomenal. I really do. I think the added elements that they did to make it easier to play for people that have challenges when it comes to playing games, and I don't mean like you're not good, but I mean physical challenges, i.e. you're colorblind or you need to use a different controller. I think they took that into consideration, and for me that is very, very important.
Right.
And that's really where it hits the best racing game for me, is they went out of their way to make sure that they made the game accessible for everybody. Mm-hmm. They really took to heart that when everyone plays, you know, we all benefit from that. And I think that Hot Wheels has some really cool elements. If you go back and play Forza Horizon 4, there was that Hot Wheels expansion. And I feel like they took that Hot Wheels expansion from Forza and put it into the Hot Wheels Unleashed game and then said, here, build your Hot Wheels tracks. Right. And I think the building the tracks thing in Hot Wheels is really cool. But Forza, I can go off-road. I can run on a dirt track. There's gravel tracks. There's actual like racetracks. There's
Yeah.
drag racing. Like it has every possible element that you can do, and the weather aspects. The game's beautiful.
Yeah, and free roam is a huge thing for me in racing games. So it's like kind of unfair to Hot Wheels, but free roam, just it having it is just like already puts it up there, and then by then it knocks out a lot of the competition. But like you said, it plays great, and honestly, if a racing game doesn't play like he said, gameplay matters. It does, but if a gameplay like if you look at a racing game, it's not like, wow, this game plays like this much better than those other ones. It's like the only reason that's gonna happen is because the other ones just have terrible gameplay. I mean, racing, they pretty much have it down to a science nowadays. So it's either gonna be bad or it's just gonna be good. I've never played a racing game. It's like, wow, this racing game's gameplay is so far advanced. But I mean, maybe one day. But so we had 3 for 3 there. Best shooter. Wasn't a whole lot to choose from this year.
Yeah.
Halo.
Yeah. I probably should change mine to Halo, honestly. But I gave them a different reward, so I didn't really.
Yeah.
I was trying to spread the love. I said Battlefield, but I'm gonna change my answer to Halo. I just decided.
Well, so it's interesting because I played some Battlefield this past weekend. And then forgot to mention that I had played it, which if that tells you anything.
Didn't play it long, huh?
I didn't play it long. I probably played 2 maps. And I know people love it because the maps are big. I hate it because the maps are big.
Yeah.
Like if you die and then there's nobody in your squad to spawn on, or you can't spawn near the action, I feel like Forrest Gump. Like I spend more time running. I'm spending more time running to the place where I need to be than I am actually playing the game, and I don't think that's good.
Yeah.
I thought it was okay. I thought the one thing about Battlefield that I'll take and I'll say that I really enjoy is the weapons feel real. Like
I give that more realistic.
The recoil. And now remember, I have to turn off my vibrations on my controller because of like my sensory issues with my hands. But like when you're like looking at the recoil of the gun, and if you just hold down the trigger, it's like like you're going straight up rather than like, I don't know. It just feels very realistic.
The kickback is like not just doom doom doom. It's doom doom doom. Yeah, gotcha. Yeah. Well, mine was Call of Duty. Even though I'm not good at the game,
doesn't matter.
Yeah,
like, I'm going to play that after we log off tonight with some people from work, and I am not good at Call of Duty at all. Yeah, but it's fun. Like if you can enjoy time, like ultimately, what's the point of playing video games, right? We talk about it on the show a lot. Did you have fun while you were playing said game?
Yeah.
If the answer is yes, it did its job.
Sure.
So I mean, Call of Duty is what it is. Like it has moments where, like in the story for different Call of Duty games, where you're like, all right, if that's what you're into, cool. A lot of people don't even touch the story mode in that game.
I do. That's how I learned how to play.
But yeah, like you have to like, if you're enjoying it, sweet. Like if you're not enjoying it, then we're doing something wrong, right? Like,
right. I mean, the thing about the single player too is like sometimes they don't even put it in there. I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, and that's Battlefield. Like,
yeah. I mean, that was COD only a year or two ago.
I wish Battlefield had a single player because I think I would enjoy it, because I think the way that the guns work and all that stuff in that game would be really good. But they didn't bother. Do I feel like the multiplayer is a $60 experience? I'm going to say no. But I can see why people say it's the best.
So next category, best multiplayer game.
All right, Tay.
I went with the Ghost.
Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah, is that even multiplayer?
Yes, the director's cut is.
I didn't even know that. I saw it on there, and I was just like, man, I'm out of the loop.
Yeah, the multiplayer is. Well, the director's cut is multiplayer.
There was some DLC that they added, so it's in the director's cut, right?
Yeah.
It's a sucker punch game, so they've done some other really good stuff, like developer wise. I mean, it's interesting.
I'm watching.
I am too, because I like straight up, like I get it, like I see the.
Well, it's different to me. It's different. Like a lot of multiplayer games are shooters, and with this being a samurai game, ninja game, it was different.
Okay. I mean, it definitely looks interesting. I mean, worth a look. I mean,
it does look sick, like the characters and stuff.
That game, the story in that game was great. That was my game of the year for last year. I think that like that story was one of the best. That and Sekiro: Shadows Die Twice. Those are two games that I'll never forget playing. But best multiplayer for me this year is Halo, which is interesting because I really am enjoying the story a lot. But I keep finding myself going back and playing some big team battle or just randomly picking it up and playing a quick round. Mark, you've enjoyed that as well, right?
Yeah. The Halo I put as best multiplayer. It's really like the one game I played the most multiplayer of as far as new games. If it wasn't for updates, it might have not got the award for me, honestly. Them adding in tactical SWAT or whatever it's called, but adding the new game modes of Slayer definitely helped it. I also have always enjoyed Halo's competitive, and I'm glad that actually launches with the game, unlike Call of Duty, where it's like coming out a year later and nobody even cares about the game anymore. So yeah, for sure,
Lord.
best multiplayer.
Gotcha.
What's the game you just can't stop playing? You just can't put it down.
Freaking Fortnite.
I got a beef.
Hell yeah.
I got a beef with you two guys on the game I picked, but yeah, go ahead, Mark.
Mine's a Super Auto Pets. I don't know what's about it. It's an auto chess game. I'm addicted. It's probably because I was playing so much chess before playing that, but it's got my mental game up there, and I'm like constantly looking at my pets and this food that I have. I'm like, okay, what's the best play here? And then you do it, and then either it works out or it doesn't, and you try to learn from it. But it's definitely Super Auto Pets. Me and all of my friends are highly addicted to it for whatever reason.
My pick for the game I can't stop playing was Age of Empires 4 that we were all supposed to get.
I got it. I just haven't gotten into it. There's so many things that I am again, if I wasn't it's kind of, and Erica says, yes, freaking Fortnite. So if I went and started playing Age of Empires 4, I wouldn't play anything else. That and Civilization are two strategy games I think I've put the most time in.
Well, I hear you have a bunch of time tomorrow.
I do have a bunch of time tomorrow. But I don't know if you guys saw. Well, I don't know if you guys saw it this week. I actually posted a thing on Twitter that said the family that games together, and me and all three of my kids have been playing Fortnite together in a squad.
I support it.
So that's been the interesting thing. My 5-year-old had 6 or 7 kills the other day in a match. So I thought I was done with Fortnite. And then all of a sudden, he was into it. And then they're all hey, I want this skin, or when this one becomes available again, can we get this one? Or, like, and it's fun to watch them play as different characters, or like watching my 16-year-old and my 5-year-old play together and actually like do well.
Right.
Or the 3 kids the other night, I was sitting on the couch just watching them play. And they got a victory royale.
Wow.
In trios together. Mind you, the oldest one carried them. Right.
Well, that's their job.
It was funny because we get to it and there's 4 in trios match. There's 4 people left and it's the oldest and then 3 from the other team. And he was able to pick them all off. So but to watch the 5-year-old run up and down the hallway, like throwing his hands in the air because they got the victory royale was worth it. Like,
right.
And that's why I keep going back to freaking Fortnite. But yeah, Lord of the Wings, if you need a Frisch's Big Boy and Fries right now, you can. I think you can still hit him up on DoorDash app right now. I think you're
probably
good.
For not too much longer, but yeah.
No, it's probably a couple more minutes.
Minutes or maybe an hour. I don't know. It depends.
Too far from home.
Yeah, he our way on the west side.
Oof. So Ryan, you passed on this one, and I just kind of picked somebody that I enjoyed watching this year, and it was best esports personality or best streamer, essentially basic gaming personality. I said XQC because even I don't know if he does it on purpose or what. The dude's always on headlines on all kinds of gaming stuff, and he keeps things interesting. And he's, I think, the most watched person on Twitch this year, if I saw that right on Twitter. And I think he's entertaining. I got to meet him at TwitchCon 2 years ago. Pretty cool guy. He's chill in person. He's not doesn't have a big head or anything. He actually showed up to where you get your badge and stuff. And I think he was getting his badge the same time I was, but he made sure to take time and stop and take pictures and talk to people, Cool. So, I mean, yeah, he's super cool. He's hilarious. So that's why I picked him. Tay?
My pick for best esports personality goes to my twin, T-Pain.
I didn't know you guys were related. That's crazy.
Yeah, T-Pain, man, freaking hilarious. Everybody say we sound alike, look a little bit alike, but
I see
everybody says you sound alike.
Yeah,
I hear
T-Pain.
it.
Yeah,
I hear it.
So I definitely get that a lot, especially when I get excited.
I don't believe it. Tay.
Yeah, I thought Game Day landed T-Pain when we first.
T-Pain.
I was like, oh man, I'm working with T-Pain. Man, mom's not gonna believe this.
Yeah, so he's hilarious, and they always Snoop Dogg too. He's funny.
Erica, that's why I couldn't pick.
Yeah,
because to me, Snoop doesn't count as an esports personality, but there were some.
Well, he do.
No,
he has a team.
But he's not really part of the team. There were 3 or 4 other people from different esports teams that I thought counted, and I was like, okay, maybe these. But Snoop has some crazy streams, the time that he just left his stream on.
Oh yeah, that was funny. Yeah, that was funny.
That was funny. Went to bed and everybody's watching him going, all right.
Okay, is he coming back?
What's he doing? Is he coming back?
Oh man, the smoke was still in the room. It's
right.
All right.
Yeah, you're all right, he's blazing. Is he done? Are we good? But yeah, that's why I passed. I really struggle with it. There was some different I could say there's entire teams on the esports side of things that I really enjoy watching, but I couldn't really narrow it down to one player. And that's why I passed on this.
Fair enough.
Yeah, honorable shout out to Ocho Cinco. He's funny too.
Yeah.
Very funny.
Honorable mention for sure.
Yeah, disconnect when he's losing. I'll call him out.
What's the worst game of 2021?
Cyberpunk 2077.
I agree with Tay. Has to be. I know Ryan, you're still holding on to a grudge here, but
yes, he has a grudge. Go ahead and say it.
Okay, hold on. So it gets worse, y'all. At the movie theater closest to my house, they have a Cruise and Blast arcade game. A sit down, here's the car and the steering wheel. It sucks. It sucks. like they
How
had
many
a
quarters?
chance.
How many? Just go ahead. Just confess to us. How many quarters? $5? 10?
Yeah.
Maybe 10.
Hmm.
Maybe 10. But like it's
Fair.
so disappointing. Like it could have been the best reboot, essentially like follow up of a franchise.
Can it still become that?
No.
It's
All right.
like
It's a wrap.
well, they only released it on Switch, so they limited themselves, right?
Yeah.
As far as the ability of the game to really handle what they wanted to handle.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, Erica, it's probably one of the worst racing games I've ever played. Straight up. Like I've tried. I've honestly given it a fair shot at this point, and I'm super disappointed. Like they just didn't do it. They should have done something different, and they just didn't. And it's the worst game of the year. And I know Cyberpunk is bad, and it's easy to pile up on that game, but I think they've done a good job at trying to recover that game, very similar to what Fallout 76 and Bethesda had to deal with when that game came out and was just garbage.
Right.
But yeah, I just can't get past the Cruising Blast being as bad as it is.
Last second added on best VR. I said Onward. We kind of talked about it. Tay, you kind of hinted at it.
Yeah.
Early in the show. What's your pick?
Mine's is Creed.
Ryan. Last second entry.
Fortnite.
What was that?
Just me. I was just hitting the home row of keys right there. Beat Saber came out what seems like forever ago at this point. But the DLCs for Beat Saber keep me invested in it. I'd be interested to see it on the Quest versus PlayStation VR to see what the difference is visually. But yeah, I would say for me it's the DLCs for Beat Saber, which technically I guess don't qualify. So, but that would be the one. Like I haven't played much VR other than that at this point.
Give it to yeah. I could.
Well, I've been calling this for months. Months. I thought it was a meme. I mean, I did believe in it, and I really did think it was. But I mean, at the same time, I figured something would have to beat it just because it's so small. But shout out to the people at It Takes Two because they did win it, and it has to be mine because I've been saying it for months. So I gotta stick with my guns here. So I think that's no surprise coming from me, for you guys, or anyone else who's been listening to this podcast or watching us on Twitch. I've been saying It Takes Two ever since I've been playing the game.
Yep. Yeah, no surprise there. All right, Tay, are you going to stick with it or are you changing it up?
No, I'm sticking with it. My game of the year, Madden 22. Rest in peace, John Madden.
All right.
Yes.
All right. Whew.
Drum roll.
So, well, I think I have to go, in all seriousness, with Kenna Bridge of Spirits.
Nice.
I'm not finished with it yet. I love the story. I love the art direction. I'm super happy that it's a small studio that put such a great narrative together. Prior to playing that, I would have told you it was probably Halo. But then when I started playing Kenna and didn't go back to Halo right away because I wanted to keep playing. Like that to me was a sign that it had to make the game of the year. So chat, where are you at? I know Lord of the Wings says Madden forever, but what is your game of the year, chat? Like what are you?
You guys gotta let
Erica,
go.
what do you? I think I don't know. I think it's good this year. I think the face of the franchise mode was fun.
Game of the year though.
I mean,
you sound like the gaming awards. You sound like the gaming awards. Y'all just y'all hate the sports games.
It's not me.
Tay, what won sports game of the year?
Sports game of the year?
Yeah.
In my mind?
Yeah.
Honestly,
you said NBA.
Yeah, 2K.
Right? But
he's hating.
I'm just saying it's hard to say that Madden won game of the year when it didn't win sports game of the year.
That's true. That's true. But only reason I gave it 2K Sports Game of the Year because all the added features that they added to it.
I get that.
He's just spreading the love.
No, I think Madden's good. Madden 21 was one of my busts from last year. Like I thought that game was super weak. So 22 is a good comeback of Madden, but Erica says Deathloop. Maybe her game of the year.
It's not also great choice.
But yeah, so Markhead, it takes two. Tay's is Madden 22. Mine's Kenna Bridge of Spirits. So that brings us to the Connection Interruption Hall of Fame.
Now this can be any game.
Any game, any category, any of all time, any game. And there's no restrictions, but you got to back up what your choice is. All right?
Okay.
So here we go.
This is easily Cruise and Blast for me.
We back? Okay, all right. Yeah.
No.
Who wants to go first? Who wants to be the first one and plant the Hall of Fame? Because there's only going to be 3 games.
All right, I'm going to go first.
All right.
Hey, anybody that want to argue with me, y'all can go argue with y'all mama.
I don't know if we're allowed to. Honestly.
Hey, y'all can argue with y'all mama on this.
No, we said no arguing on this. We just said that you have to be able to back up why.
I'm about to back it up.
All
right. My Hall of Fame game will be the whole Madden series.
Okay.
Period. Why?
Are you allowed to do that?
Sure.
Hey,
because mine isn't
okay.
Mine isn't listed yet, and I didn't list it because I know it's gonna be like, wait, what?
All right.
So
I'll allow it.
So the reason I picked the Madden series because we went from Technobowl, we went from Joe Montana, we had the college football, but the only football game that has lasted through the test of time is Madden.
Madden was also the first one to have 11v11.
True, but also Madden is the first game that allowed artists to put their music in the soundtrack.
I mean, that was just a money thing.
No, but that's the same. No other football game has touched Madden since. And there's been people that tried and none have failed. What game? Go ahead and say it.
NFL 2K5.
That was 1 year.
I don't care. It was better than Madden that year.
It was 1 year. No, but definitely Madden was the trendsetter when it came to football. Period. Hands down, trendsetter. People have bid it, try to duplicate it, and they couldn't. And you know what I mean? Rest in peace. He's up in up in a better place. But
would you have picked him? Would you have picked Madden had he not passed away yesterday?
Yes, I would have picked Madden if he didn't pass away. That's just still my deal when he passed away, because they should have put him in a video game Hall of Fame by now anyway.
He just that has nothing to do with video games.
He
just happens.
He is the voice.
No, so when the first Madden was released back in, I want to say it was an Apple IIe or a Tandy. It was like Madden 88 or whatever. The first one.
Yeah, it was late 80s.
But he insisted it was 1988. It was on the Apple II, so I was right there. But he insisted that it be 11v11. Like that it looked like real football. So I think for me, I agree that it's a series that should probably be there. I kind of find it interesting that I think it's a timing thing. I don't know. I think Tay probably would have picked it without the situation.
Right.
But it's just one of those things where it's like, yes, it's a great sports series. It seems like it's been around forever. It's an easy pick to put in as your favorite sports game in a Hall of Fame.
We grew up on it. All right.
Yeah. No, I get it. I mean, I used to, oh God, here we go. I used to place bets in the local GameStop and play people in the store, along with the store manager at the time when I was younger. And we used to make it look like I sucked at it. And then we had a little hustle going. I'm not going to tell you which location that was at. But that little hustle made some money, bro.
Do what you got to do.
But Lord of the Wings, I would challenge you to compare NFL 2K. I think it's 2K5.
They have like a monopoly, so it's like
ESPN NFL 2K5 with Terrell Owens on the cover, and compare that to the Madden release that year.
I give them that year, yeah.
And I would say that if you said that Madden always had the best, but then now they don't have any competition, right?
Yeah, so it's a monopoly, 100%.
And it's not like with FIFA where you at least have another soccer game that can kind of give them some competition, and just hasn't.
Yeah.
I think the Madden franchise, I think that's a good pick for to put if you're gonna say we can put franchises in, that's a good pick.
So,
all right, so
for me,
hold on. Madden did what 50 Cent did to Murder Inc. That's the end of my story.
I don't know what that means.
I was gonna say Mark doesn't even have a clue.
Yeah, Mark.
Listen, I love 50 Cent, but I don't even know what that means.
Hey, he took down the whole record label by himself. Yeah.
Well, so for me, I'm a shooter guy, so it's in between some shooters. And I'm changing my answer. So because I kind of was putting too much emphasis on my childhood. And so the ones of my childhood were Modern Warfare 2, Halo 3, and Black Ops 2. Top shooters that I put a lot of hours into, but I'm changing it to Counter-Strike Global Offensive. Or if you guys want to just call it Counter-Strike, we can call it all the Counter-Strike games. Because, I mean, if it wasn't for Counter-Strike, we might have not had Call of Duty and Halo and stuff like that. You could argue that because it is the father of all FPSs. I will argue that to the grave. It's a fantastic game. I love it. The community's great. The scene's strong, still is. If you see, Counter-Strike will easily be in the top list on Twitch if there's a tournament going on and stuff like that. And Counter-Strike will die off and then it just will bounce. It won't even hit ground bottom. It will just all of a sudden bounce right back up. I think it had the most amount of players this year than it ever has before, which is insane for a game that is 20 plus years old or something like that. So I'm changing it to Counter-Strike. Shout out. Love you. Love you, Counter-Strike.
All right, so this kind of covers up Mark a little bit because it's a big post, but For Erica, Pac-Man. Random reason why I'm definitely for women's equality in the invention of Miss Pac-Man covers that whole gender equality piece, especially in the 80s, right after all the victories for women's rights seals the deal for me.
Hey, good one.
That's a good one.
I like that.
That's a good one. I mean, I can't pick it now, but that's a good one.
Was that it? Was that it?
Right.
No, that was not it. Despite everybody's thoughts on what is my favorite game of all time.
The original
I
Cruise and Blast.
specifically, and then Lord of the Wings says Doom.
It's the father of them all.
For me, my choice is going to be Super Mario Brothers 3.
Just 3 on a franchise.
No, just 3. Because I love the first one. I hated Mario 2. But I think 3 took all the great things that you wanted in a Mario game and put it all there. Like, I could also argue and say now, like, Mario Maker 2 is the best. But the third Super Mario Brothers game, I can honestly say I've played more than any other game in history.
That's a solid entry.
I've gone back to it. I go back and play randomly. I find myself like watching people play speed runs on YouTube and on Twitch, like just to see like how fast they can finish levels, just because I think it's entertaining. I think that the Mario franchise, if I was going to put a whole franchise, I could go through it. Erica agrees that she hated the second one, but loved the third. For me, the second game, I wanted Princess Peach to be awesome, and she wasn't. If we were picking multiple games, and I'm not going to spoil it because we know the plan is to put multiple games in multiple years, like I could see other games from this franchise being in there as well. But I think out of all the games in the Mario franchise that are side scrollers, this is the one that for me is the best.
Give you that. Good pick.
Yeah, solid pick. I think all 3 are solid picks.
Yeah, I think the Madden series is definitely a good one. Counter-Strike is an interesting one because to me, I never got into it because I'm a controller shooter guy. I'm not a mouse and keyboard shooter guy. And I've tried to play Counter-Strike, and I think the concept is cool. But I'm just not a keyboard and mouse shooter.
Well, I played it with the controller.
Yeah, but did you get owned?
Well,
I did.
It is on the 360. It is on the Xbox 360.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
and I originally played it on there, and I hated it. I was like, I can't aim down my sights. This is dumb.
Yeah, I think for me, it's just like knowing that if I'm never going to be a real keyboard and mouse guy, like that game doesn't strike as much for me. But I get why it's popular. I think it's a very interesting concept, like you said, of how long it's been around.
Mm-hmm.
And that for me is a game that you have to put in there because of its longevity.
Oh yeah, it's never gonna go away. Like I can confidently say that. Same with Madden, honestly. I mean, same with Mario. I mean, all 3, right?
I think Madden will see an end, maybe, unless his estate.
It would have to get bought
agrees. Out. Well, yeah. So the contract only goes through 2025, I think, is what I read today.
Yeah.
And there was a 1-year extension available for EA to do it through 2026 to keep his name on it. I don't know what they do after that. They could very well this next year release what they call the Madden Legendary Edition, and then it just becomes an EA Sports NFL Football after that.
Yeah, they're going to put Madden on the last cover. And
just be done with Madden as far as having his name on it and give him a proper tribute maybe. But yeah, I mean, as a series, sports-wise, it pushed the envelope a lot. Yeah, I actually was talking about that today at work. Lord of the Wings, like we were joking about the tough acting Tinactin from the old Tinactin commercials that he had on TV.
Boom.
Yeah, and then some of the teleprompter drawings. But yeah, I think those are 3 solid games, 3 solid series if we really want to go and just say Mario in general. But and then I think Pac-Man and Miss Pac-Man for Erica. I think that those are good. I say we add that to the list. Lord of the Wings is Doom going to be your pick? We'll let you add one into the Hall of Fame because we're going to create a graphic with the first class of Hall of Fame. So,
is Doom your pick? That was one of the first games played though.
Oh, dude, I played a lot of Doom. I played a lot of Metal Gear. Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah, that's a good pick.
When we first talked about the possibility of putting together a Hall of Fame, I know that was a lot of people's pick. Like when we reached out, people, they were like, that's the best game of all time. So that's a good one. So for our first graduating class for the Hall of Fame, we have Counter-Strike, the Madden series, Super Mario Brothers 3, Pac-Man and Miss Pac-Man from Erica, and Lord of the Wings with Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah, Snake was the man. I got the statue in here. That's my dude, Snake.
No, I think it's cool. I think it's cool to add the community picks as well. I think that's those are some solid picks there. And we're way over on time from our usual.
We really are.
hey, it's the last show of 2021.
It's the last
baby.
show of 2021. That's for sure.
Yeah. So we'll be back on Wednesday after the New Year. So happy New Year, everybody! On the 5th. It may be a Ryan List show because I have a soccer game that night for one of my girls' teams that I coach.
Just we'll keep you posted on Twitter.
Yeah, but we'll post all the winners of our awards and our Hall of Fame on our social media channels. Be sure to follow us. If you're not following us on Facebook, that is by far the largest community of people that we have that follow us right now. It's facebook.com/CONINTPOD. But happy New Year to everyone. Have a safe and happy New Year. Try to, stay as safe as you possibly can. For multiple reasons, but we're back to this new variant that seems to be just taking over the news channels and everything. So, just be safe and do your best to avoid getting sick or having any accidents or drinking and driving, all that good stuff, and have a safe and fun New Year.
Yes, sir.
And we will see you all very, very soon.
Please.
Don't cough or sneeze, Lord of the Wings says. Yeah, we hope that everybody can stay healthy. We'd love to just see this thing go away. So, but be sure to follow us on those social media channels.
Way up there by Tay. Way up there. Team Frisch, shout out
Team
for having us this year.
Thank you.
There you go.
For Frisch's Game Day, Esports, and Team Frisch. And this has been our 2021 Game of the Year Awards. Thanks for watching, everybody, and we will catch you on the flip.
See you next year, everybody.
Bye.
Happy
New
New
year,
Year.
new me. New year, new me.
Yeah, 2-2. We back.